This is definitely not going down the fairway.
It doesn't look good. I think it's going to be in the deep rough. You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish, but, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
Frank, no doubt these players have dreams of winning the big championships, the majors someday, but at least to this point, you would have to say this is probably the biggest day of their golfing lives.
Golf, or professional golf, can be a little bit like snakes and ladders. They've got themselves on the ladder. If they can climb this one, the next ladder, the PGA Tour. But don't slip. In the direction of the sand.
It looks like it.
Well, that's a little absurd, that, Rich. That shot wasn't that hard, but it's come up well short.
Didn't appear committed through impact.
I mean, this skill, and that was sublime.
Just good hands, coming out of the rough, able to manage the distance, and now in great position. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Wow, almost fell within just a few inches of dropping.
Even par, currently.
Well, with that drop shot, moves to 1 over for the tournament. Here now, the 12th hole at the TPC Sawgrass. It's a 358-yard par 4, so short on the card, Frank, but obviously a challenge. What's the key here?
Once again, trying to find that right position on the fairway, and that's down the right side. Anything down the left, that mound is going to block your view.
Always makes the hole easier, playing it from the fairway. Now the approach to the 12th. Frank, what's the player looking at?
Well, it's a fun shot here for the second shot, especially if you've driven it down the right side, because then you can see the flag no matter where it is on the green.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
These putts keep the round together. Oh, I thought he had that. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Just trying to keep this round on track. Has that putt, stays at 1 over. One of the great things about this golf course, Frank, a variety of par 3s, different yardages. Here at the 13th, 181-yard par 3.
Yeah, this is where you have to be careful on the tee there. Anything left's just going to be eaten up by that lake. Matter of fact, if you hit one with a little bit of a hook and it catches the mound, it can still kick into the lake. So this one here, just be a little cautious on the tee.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot. And getting ready for the putt. Came to the putt, excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
As is par. '14th hole, 481-yard par 4. Ranking second in difficulty, Frank.
Yeah, this one always gets overlooked, Rich. You've only got to flick the drive a little left, and all of a sudden your round just gets completely wrecked. Ask Vijay Singh. It cost him a Players' Championship. Many a player there has dealt with that left side. You will pay the price. Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
Well, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another.
Uh-oh, this one's going left, Frank. And it is not looking like a good lie. Frank, you always talk about it not compounding the error, but here again, another shot from the rough.
Yeah, if you try again.
Well, the stats say that is a green hit in regulation, but it's not yet a par on the card. Very tough putt coming up. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Dropping a shot here late in the round, Frank, with that bogey at the 14th. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either.
How did that not go in?
Oh my goodness, how did he miss that? Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. So, with that, 3 over par now for the round. Frank, the 15th hole certainly has the respect of the professionals.
But you're right, this is a positional hole where just keep the ball down the left center. You can't go too far, though, because you'll get blocked out or you'll run out of fairway. From there, it's really about knowing where the flag is, what position on the green, because this is another green that's not flat. If the second shot lands on the wrong portion of the green, it'll finish well away from the hole.
Frank, it's a nice walk to make down the fairway when you can see your golf ball right there in the middle.
Rich, there's an old saying, fairway first. And there's another example. Hit it in the fairway, and the game becomes very straightforward.
Just a beautiful tee shot.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. Set to go, not an easy shot by any means. How about that shot right there from that lie in the rough? To knock it that close, that's good. This is a 9-footer. My goodness, what does a guy have to do to make a putt out here? Well, too bad. He gives one back. Well, not an especially good start to the tournament, Frank, through one round. They might be in jeopardy of missing the cut.
And they have to remember right now it's just one round, and they are, as you were saying, in the outside looking right in at the moment. But you never know. I've seen golf tournaments won from further back than this.
EA Sports and the Web.com Tour proudly present second round coverage of the Web.com Tour Championship.
Now, this game is all about variables, right? Rich, if you hit into a bad lie, it completely changes the nature of the next shot. When the ball sits up like that, it is just liberty of choice now.
He'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
His swing didn't quite look right on that one.
Solid play, heart of the green. Getting set now over the putt. Frank, you can see by the reaction, it has been that kind of week. Just a few too many pars. Frank, the 7th hole here at the TPC Sawgrass, vintage Pete Dye, isn't it?
It is. Anything other than straight confuses the player off the tee. But there's 3 pot bunkers down the right side. Just inside that last little pot bunker on the left of that, it's actually a pretty good line. After that good tee shot, Rich, it's time to take full advantage of it.
And this is one where he can really go after the whole location and maybe think about making birdie. A little shaky behind the wheel today, Frank.
Shaky? Maybe put both hands on it. Rich, do you think we should tell him this fairway out there?
Yeah, he's been in the rough all day long.
Remember, out of the rough. Expect the ball to jump forward a little bit.
Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. Not a gimme, but well within his range. You have to make those from that distance. That hurts. And he makes it for a bogey here. Frank, this is a hole that I really like. The 8th, 237-yard par 3, just a necklace of bunkers surrounding the green. What's the best approach?
You come out through that chute or that hallway of trees there, and this being the longest of the 4 par 3s at TPC Sawgrass, the green actually plays much smaller than what it looks because of that narrow entry.
This is a good-looking shot. Frank, it hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
Yeah, you wonder what he's thinking on that.
Frank, what's the best way to get at the golf ball when it's sitting down just a bit in the rough?
You have to accept the fact, first and foremost, that you're not going to get clean contacts. You have to decide whether the ball's going to come out short or it's going to fly. Because very rarely will it come out the normal distance of what you hit on the fairway. So if it's a little thin and wispy, chances are it might fly. If it's nestled down, you're going to have to take at least another club.
He's made it. Here we are at the 8th at Pete Dye's famed stadium course at the TPC Sawgrass. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Novelo. Frank, this is a hole that I really like.
And players do too, Rich, especially off that back tee where it must be about 80 yards of chute that you go through before the
extra stroke at it after going into the water. So hit the previous shot in the water, took a drop. This now the 3rd shot. So, Frank, he'll take a drop here.
Yeah, he'll take his medicine, take his penalty shot. The hole's not over yet.
Playing his 3rd here at the par 5. Frank, this one is right and is wrong. That's a bit offline in the rough. Frank, you always talk about it. Don't compound the mistakes. Well, here we are, another shot from the rough.
And this one no easier than the one he's just hit.
This requires a lot of speed through the ball. That was a pretty nasty lie out of the rough. He did the right thing there, Frank. Settles in, looking to knock it in tight. Frank, can one small tweak from an instructor lead to a big turnaround?
With the right player, yeah. You just want to hear the right message. It's like anyone in life. You just want to be pointed in the right direction.
Nice approach shot. He'll be happy with that. Settles in over the putt. Frank, you know full well this can be a humbling game.
And an embarrassing game.
Getting set now for the back nine here at TPC Sawgrass. Frank, what should we expect?
Well, there's a good run of holes. 10, obviously very birdieable. 11th the par 5, 12th the short par 4. A good chance to get this round really going.
Frank, there's fairway, there's rough, and then there's mulch.
Yeah, the worst thing about the mulch is all these little chips around the ball, and so the ball doesn't sit up. And once again, this shot might look easy, but if you just miss it a bit, it so exaggerates the outcome.
And that one lands in the first cut, Frank.
Interesting choice coming ahead here. It'll be interesting to see how he reads this lie.
Good thing he stayed in the first cut, because just a couple of feet over, that rough is really deep. How good was that, Frank, from the rough?
Oh, it's amazing. It's a masterclass in short game.
These putts keep the round together. Starting the back nine on a sour note here with a drop shot, bogey at the 10th. Frank, it's been that kind of a tournament. Another bogey.
Yeah, it's not exactly a small gap between that player there and the rest of the field. That gap's got to feel like the Grand Canyon right now.
Hole number 11, 558 yard, par 5. Frank, players in attack mode here?
Yeah, just try and blitz it down there. There are other bunkers on the left to consider, but really, with that much fairway, this is a green light opportunity.
Playing his second shot here at the par 5. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Right, the approach shot is on the green, but he'll have a very testy putt coming up. Different day, different hole. Made bogey yesterday. He'll do better this time, it looks like. That one is in the bunker. Well, bunker play is really about technique and feel. The two greatest ever are probably Gary Player and Seve Ballesteros. Seve actually was so good, he was so skilled, that he could open up a 3-iron, that's right, a 3-iron, on a short bunker shot from a green side bunker and splash it to a couple of feet as if he had just used a 60-degree sandwich. Amazing. So not his best work. He'll walk away with a bogey. Missed cut. What happened, Frank?
Just not good enough. That's the easy way. Way too many shots out there, especially for that caliber of play. So put it in the memory banks, move forward, better days ahead.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the BioWare Classic. Hello again and welcome. Rich Slaughter alongside my colleague Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. Getting set to go at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club. We're located along the St. Johns River in the great state of Florida. Been some outstanding shot making to this point. Let's see what's happening now as we resume the action at the 7th. Been a steady performance so far early in this first round, but at some point, Frank, they need to take steady to spectacular.
Yeah, I think that's a good point, Rich, and really sooner rather than later, that's for sure. But yeah, steady becomes boring if it stays on for too long.
And safely on the fairway.
Once again, a good lie. That makes such a difference. Takes so many variables out of play.
Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Third shot, looking for a good one.
Be safely on deck.
That was a solid strike and a good result. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either.
And yet another birdie, this time inching into the top 5.
On to the 8th. It's a par 3, 203 yards. What's going on here, Frank?
Interesting par 3, really. It looks anything other than a straightaway hole. That bunker short of this green gives you like an optical illusion. You think it's lapping up with the front of this green, but there's actually sort of 3 or 4 yards before you get to the putting surface. A little bit of a drop off behind this green, and it narrows out the deeper the green gets. So tricky little par 3.
Frank, at this, the highest level of the game, the margins are so razor thin between winning and losing. It becomes about not wasting shots, and I think that's why players really enjoy stroke play.
I think you hit the nail on the head, Rich. That's why the best players, they want every shot to count, and the best format of golf that requires that is stroke play. In match play, you can get away with a big number. In stroke play, they want it to be a body of work. Every single shot adding to the score.
Might be. could be. Just a beautiful roll there.
Oh, that's like stealing.
The ninth hole, Frank, is a muscular par.
For the par 5 and 2, but a great collection of 3 bunkers that sort of annoy you with your layup there. Got to make sure you avoid all of those to leave yourself a nice little wedge shot in here if you can't reach it in 2.
That's in the fairway. And now the second shot here at this par 5. Well, this will be the third shot here, about 110 yards away. Playing a par 5, Frank, what happened on that third shot?
Yeah, it was a poor decision. But hopefully he can eradicate that from the memory banks and really knuckle down on this. Do not want to drop a shot or make 6 here.
Once considered the best player at the college level, our featured golfer makes birdie, sitting comfortably inside the cut line. Excellent front side, trying to keep it going here on the second 9.
He's just playing beautifully, hitting so many good shots, giving himself so many opportunities. Can he keep it going?
Headed for the bunker? Not quite what he wanted. Tee shot is in the bunker. Now from the bunker.
Yeah, just a little splash out on this par 3. And that's where the men separate themselves from the boys. That was just a beautiful bunker shot.
That's skill right there. Shouldn't be a problem here. Frank, a solid par right there, maintains his position. Par 4 11, 443 yards. What's the best strategy here, Frank?
Somehow find the fairway, Rich. This is brutal. Miss it left or miss it right. But it's Florida. Fairways are wide enough, soft enough. But a good tee shot still going to leave you a lengthy second.
Always makes the hole easier, playing it from the fairway. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Well, it's going to take a good one here considering what they've already gone through, Rich. Right now, that green is going to look very small, so it's going to take a good shot here to give himself an opportunity.
Some really poor play to this point. Pretty good shot right there. Getting set now over the putt. Man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. So a tester from 4 feet. Now at -2 for the day. Par 5 12 here at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club is 576 yards. First par 5 on this backside. Frank, this one's offline.
There's rough and thick stuff over there.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Slight miss, and he'll have to deal with some of the heavy grass. Frank, this is where the mental game really comes into play. You've hit a second consecutive shot into the rough.
This could compound very, very quickly, so now's a chance to just take a little breath, take a breather, and try to make sure this shot certainly gets out.
Frank, not where he wants to be, but not out of the hole here at the par 5.
No, but Rich, to drop a shot here would really set him backwards.
Frank, that was a pretty tough lie out of the rough there.
Yeah, it made that actually a little easier than what it really is. It's been too easy to try and bite off more than you can chew. So I got to give him a pat on the back for that.
Back in the fairway. That was well done, and now a very short putt to get out of here with a bogey.
Well, it could be a lot worse, that's for sure. 5 minutes ago.
Well, too bad. He gives one back. Frank, that was a great day of golf. My only question now is, how are we getting back? How are we getting home from here?
Oh, Rich, there's only one way. That's the airboat. We're in Florida.
Rev it up. What a super day of golf we saw here at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club along the St. Johns River. For Frank Nobilo, I'm Rich Lerner, saying so long from all of us at EA Sports.